So number one is compassion is a divine abiding. It is far beyond human kind of a level. It is much more elevated abiding. It is a divine abiding. It is beyond human, such that it is a privilege for us as a human that having existed in this in a lower realm is such a, let's say, a place of misery and unhappiness, unsatisfactoriness, and it a bit of mix of pleasure and pain, and all the misery we as a human suffer, and going beyond that. So it's kind of a compassion is a superior vehicle that there is such there is such a world that exists where you are not dragged into those situations that we as a human we must, yeah, we have this body, we have this kind of a pleasure and pain that we cannot let go and we cannot be free. So to some extent compassion, the world of compassionate being, as I sort of say, there is such a plane of existence, although it is not called compassion plane. It is a plane what the Buddha calls, there is this plane called sphere of gods abiding in infinity of space. Yeah, there are gods of what is called four great kings, god of Tusita, god of all those sort of things are still below the god of infinity of this space. So when we practice and perfect this compassion to by having that sort of compassion in the heart and making this compassion as a vehicle, it will lead us to that world of what is called Deva of infinity of space. So that is what the Buddha said. That is one of the divine abiding. Yeah. And there are some other suttas as well. And when you are experiencing that world, or when you, let's say, if you have not completely transcended this kind of a existential domain, what is called the bhava, or what is called the our reverse cycle. If you have not made a stop on the reverse cycle, is then you will be landing into that sort of a divine or a world which is in other form. It is also called the world of imperturbable. Yeah. So that means it is devoid of emotion. Yeah. So shall I say? So this is one of the definition of how the compassion will elevate our mind to that sort of higher existence. Yeah. The existence of those devas that feed into compassion. Compassion is their, let's say, nourishment, and they have got such a, very, very lofty and very, very, highly pleasurable, yeah, and free of suffering to some extent, yeah. So those beings in the world of infinity of space have pretty much a very, very long span. It does not extend to infinity, and that by that very token, that means they are not permanent. If they are not permanent, they are still part of suffering. So they have not been freed from suffering. Yeah. So that will lead to then I will talk about the what are the why we have to go beyond this kind of this world of compassion to be free of all these deficiency. What are the unsatisfactory, or what are the in a shortcoming of that the abiding in that sort of divine location, why we have to even let that go. Yeah, we have to depart. Yes, we have to kind of find ourselves that even that pleasure and instead of that kind of lofty happiness we have to abandon. Yeah, see, that is a bit counterintuitive. Should we not stick to that kind of lofty existence? What is there beyond? Yeah, so that kind of question I am trying to answer in this call today a little bit. I will give a bit of my practical insight. That will lead us to the natural next step is what is this compassion and what is the shortcoming of this abiding of being able to achieve this experience